Hello and welcome to another video by ES Repair. I'm your host, Mr. Fix-It. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get started upgrading to Windows 10. Now, Windows 10, which was released on July 29th, is the new operating system to replace Windows 8. Now, in order to get the free upgrade to Windows 10, you have to have either Windows 7 or a Windows 8.1. Now, for those of you who are still using the original 8.0, cannot upgrade to Windows 10. The only way that users of 8.0, which is the original release, to upgrade to Windows 10, you must first upgrade to Windows 8.1. It is a free upgrade to upgrade to 8.1. Once you do the upgrade, then you'll be able to upgrade to Windows 10. But for right now, only those of you who have Windows 7 or Windows 10 or Windows 8.1 can upgrade to Windows 10. Now, you cannot upgrade to Windows XP or Vista. You cannot also upgrade Windows 10 Preview or Technical Preview. Those will not upgrade to Windows 10. If you need to upgrade to Windows 10, you will need to wait until Windows 10 is released to retail. I haven't heard as to when they're going to have it for retail. When it does go to retail, it will be about $120 to get the retail version. For right now, everything is being upgraded to Windows 10. So you will have to wait till the Microsoft does the rollout for the retail version of Windows 10. Now, if your computer has Windows 7 or 8.1, you should notice this icon down here in the lower right hand corner. It looks just like the Windows 8.1 icon, and this says get Windows 10. Your version may be a little different. This indicates that your computer is eligible to receive the free Windows 10 upgrade. If you click on it, it's going to bring you up to the window and it's going to give you some details. This is the upcoming Windows 10 that's been released. As you can see, you can get Windows 10 for free. First thing you'll have to do is reserve it, then you'll be able to upgrade, and then you'll be able to enjoy it. Now, it does have a program here that you can check. You need to have it checked. You will come to this screen. This screen will let you know if you have anything incompatible to the operating system. It will also check to see if your hardware will support the new operating system. It will point out anything that you have that may not be functional in Windows 10. Now, if everything checks out, just go ahead and click Reserve. Now, what they want to do is Windows 10 will be downloaded to your device. When your with your reservation, you are in the queue for your upgrade. Now, you will have a notification to arrive. It will show up down here in the bottom, and it's going to it may take a few days or it may take a few weeks. It depends on, they're doing this in phases is what Microsoft is doing. The sooner you reserve it, the sooner you're in line. So they're trying not to overload their download server. So just go ahead and reserve it if you want to upgrade. What you'll do is you'll enter the email address and then you'll send the information. Once you give your email address, it's going to reserve it. Now, there's nothing else that you'll need to do. You will receive a notification to let you know when Windows 10 is ready. It is a 3 gigabyte download. So, it's going to take some time. Once you get a notification, it'll start downloading. Give it some time because it's a 3 gigabyte download. It will take some time. Once you reserve your copy of Windows 10, it may take a day or two. It may take up a week, maybe more. Now, once you get to confirmation, you're going to see your icon, and it's going to pop up with a message saying that it's going to be upgrading to Windows 10. Now, you'll get this message here that shows you the current progress. Up here, it's going to say that your reservation has been confirmed. That means that they have confirmed that your computer is eligible for the free upgrade. Next, it's going to show you the download. It shows here that it's in progress. Now, based upon your internet connection speed, it could take anywhere from 30 minutes to as long as 6 hours. It just depends on the speed of your internet download connection. The higher the speed, the shorter time it takes for it to download. This file is a 3 gigabyte download, so it's very large. Now, if you wanted to, it's going to show that it is downloaded in the background. It looks just like the icon down here, and as you see in the lower right hand corner. It's your standard Windows update. When it starts to download, it goes through the Windows update process. Now, if you want to, you can also choose a progress. Let me show you what it looks like. This is the progress of the Windows 10 update. You'll also see it shows you how much has been downloaded, how much is left to be downloaded, and the percentage of it being complete. Now, as you can see here, that it's showing that it's currently 65% downloaded. This started about, about 30-45 minutes ago. It just depends on your internet connection speed and the network traffic in the area. Sometimes download speeds are faster in the evenings and overnight as they are during per day, because the network is more busy in the day than it is at night. Once the download is complete and the preparation is ready, you're going to come to this window. This window here will let you know that your download has been complete and that your computer is ready to upgrade to Windows 10. Now, this is the license agreement. You want to be sure that you do read it because it does have important information, especially dealing with legal concerns. Once you get it read and you agree with the license agreement, then what you'll do is go ahead and choose accept. Now, it's going to begin the upgrade process, and you're going to notice that your computer is going to restart several times during this process. Now, as you can see here now, we have the window that pops up. This is to let you know that your Windows upgrade is ready to install. Now, before you proceed, you want to make sure that you back up the computer. I can't stress it enough that before you do any kind of upgrade, you back up your computer. I do have videos on our channel that shows you how to create backups and system recovery disks. So in the event that something does go wrong, or you decide that you no longer like Windows 10, then you can revert back to the previous operating system. Now, once you've done all that and you're prepared to upgrade, if you want to, you can schedule the upgrade at a later time. This will allow you to do your backups and data transfers, whatever you want to do before you do the upgrade. Or if you're ready to go ahead and upgrade now, go ahead and click Start the Upgrade Now. And this is going to start shutting down your computer and begin the update process. And this is what you're going to see. Now, your computer will start multiple times to complete the installation. Now, once the upgrade begins, you're going to come to this screen. Your computer is going to shut down and restart. Once it configures the update process, you're going to come to this screen. This screen here will show that your computer will restart several times. Back and just sit back and relax. Now, you want to check on this periodically to make sure there's no problems. Do not restart your computer at any time. This can screw up your computer completely. So just check back on it. It's going to take at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to do this. It will start reboot on its own. Do not interrupt it. What you see here is the next screen that you're going to come to. This screen here will show you the process of creating your account. What you'll do now is you'll say here to hi there, welcome back. It'll show you the current username. This is the username that was on the computer. Then what you'll do now, if you're not the owner of the computer, just select I'm not the owner. What we'll do now is we'll do next. Now this is the next screen that you're going to come up to. This is change these at any time. You can select use express settings, which is the quickest. Once you get a quick overview of this, you can go ahead and you can either customize the settings, or if you just want to do a quick setup, then you can go ahead and use express settings. Now here points out all the new apps that came into Windows 10. You'll also see these on my website. Now once you read over this is going to give you a brief description of what's changed. You can also choose your default apps if you wish, over here on the left. Now it's going to start finalizing the final setup, and then we'll start beginning with Windows 10. Once you have signed into your account, if you had a password, go ahead and sign in, and you're going to come to this screen. Now, for those of you who are Windows 8.1, chances are you probably have a Microsoft account. So you'll be able to go ahead and sign in, and if you have a password, go ahead and sign in. For those of you who are coming from Windows 7, you'll automatically be logged in. If you have a password, enter the password. Once everything's taken care of, you sign in, you'll come to this screen. Now, chances are Windows 8 users already have a Microsoft account. If you're Windows 7 users and you're moving to Windows 10, there's a lot of features on here that you will need to have a Microsoft account. If you need an account, you can go to Microsoft and you'll be able to sign up for an account. That's for like the store here. This is a new app store. This is the Windows App Store, to where you can find apps, you can do games, everything from businesses to web photos, all kinds of apps that you'll find in this store. But before you can do anything, you will have to create a Microsoft account. Now, to do so, if you right click the start button, if you just left click the start button and then go to settings, you'll come to this page. Now this is a new settings page. This is different than what you had in Windows 8.1 for those who were in there. This is going to be the new settings page. You have your system here, your devices, network and internet, your personalization, your accounts, update and security, your privacy, ease of access, time and language. Most of these you probably don't have to make any adjustments. If everything went smoothly with the upgrade to Windows 10, you should be on the internet and most of your devices are still working, but I'll show you here in a moment how to check. Here under your accounts, this is where you can make changes to your user account. Now here it shows you that you're the owner. It's a local account in some cases, especially those who came from Windows 7, and that you are the administrator. Now it does provide you an option. If you are not linked to a Microsoft account or you haven't created one, especially if you're coming from Windows 7, then you can create a Microsoft account. Now, a Microsoft account could be Hotmail account, MSN account, I believe a Skype account because Skype is related to Microsoft, Outlook account. Those are the common Microsoft accounts that you can use to link your new Windows 10 to. So if you do have one of those accounts, then you can just sign in and use that account to link your computer. This allows you to synchronize your files, your data, everything. And the good thing is too, I mean, if you happen to forget your password in Windows 10, you can still reset the password using another device. I've shown you how to reset the password in Windows 8.1. Windows 10 is similar to that. It's the same thing, basically. I do have the video on there how to reset 8.1's password. This in here is the same way. Now you can choose your picture. You can even create your own picture if you have a camera on your computer. This also shows other accounts that you use, like if you have a work account, if you have a school account that you have linked. This also shows you that. This gives you your sign-in options. If you have a password, you can use like a PIN number, which is a 4-digit number. You can also use a picture password. But you have to have a password on the computer. If you don't have to worry about it. But if you create a Microsoft account, you will have a password. But there is a way to not have to have it required to sign into the computer, which I will go into details in future videos. And what you can do now, work access. This is if you want to connect to work or if you want to connect to your school. This is for family, if you want to share stuff between your computers. This is right here if you want to allow other people to sign into your computer, especially if you have children. This one right here will allow you to have children use your computer, and also gives you control as to what your children can do on the computer, such as games, videos, things like that, even websites. This allows you to control, what they see on the internet. This is other users. If you want to use other users to this PC, you can. This is the same thing as creating another user account. You can do that. Here you can sync your individual settings. Now, stuff like this, you will have to have a work account or a Microsoft account. This allows you to synchronize different things. If you have multiple computers, Windows 8 or Windows 10, then you can synchronize your settings, like your themes, your photos, backgrounds. Whatever is on one computer will show up on the other computer. Now back here under System, this gives you the basic system of information that you'll see, your display. You got notification and actions, apps and features. If you want to, you can multitask. This is the snap feature, which I'll show you later on in other videos as I do more stuff in Windows 10 and show you what they do. Virtual desktops. Now this will come in handy because you could create multiple desktops in Windows 10, and I'll show you how to do all those. Tablet mode. Most of you probably don't have to worry about this unless you have a tablet or one of the computers that can convert into a tablet. You also have power and sleep. This is where you can tell how long it takes for your computer to be idle before the screen shuts off or the computer goes into sleep. Down here you'll see related settings, which is related to what these settings are, but these down here give you more options. Storage, this is gives you an overall view of how much storage is on your computer. As you can see here, this is the main computer, or the main hard drive. This is the solid state drive that I have. This is the the secondary drive that's installed. This is my recovery partition. You'll see something similar to this if your computer has a system recovery partition. Now, if you want to create one, I show you in previous videos online how to create a system recovery disks. This one here is locations that you can save. Where do you save your new apps, your documents, your music, pictures. You can decide where, from now on, all this information is going to be saved. Especially if you're on a solid state drive and you want to store it on a bigger drive, then you can store it on a larger drive instead of solid state drive. Offline maps. This one here, this is for like maps if you use maps. This one here is meter connection. Now, if your computer is connected to internet connection like a mobile phone, if you're using your mobile phone as a hotspot, a lot of times you have a certain amount of data that you could use per month in the billing cycle. This allows you to control how much data your operating system is using. This is similar as to what Windows 8 had. This is for maps. These are all your default apps. Email shows you which one you use. Maps, music player, music photo. This is where you'll find all your default apps at. This one here is about. This gives you a basic overview of your computer. This shows you the overview of your settings, configuration, also other things that you can do. Under devices, this is like printers and scanners, all your connected devices that you have, your mouse, touchpad configurations, even your typing and autoplay. Now this is what you go choose what happens if you insert a specific type. Network and internet you probably don't have to worry about. This one here shows you all of the Wi-Fi, how much data that you've used, virtual private networks, dial-up, Ethernets, proxies. Now proxies here you don't have to worry about. You always want to make sure that this says automatically detect settings. You also have personalization. This is what you can do. You can choose themes, you can choose colors, you can lock screens, even themes, or if you're on the start, you can also have different settings for that. Of course, I showed you the accounts. Over here you have time and language, which you probably don't have to worry about because this right here takes the information from the previous operating system. But you always, doesn't hurt to double check to make sure everything's correct. Yeah, your region, language, speech information. Ease of access for people with disabilities. Your privacy. This here is you can choose your options as to what apps can share and what they cannot share. You can send information to Microsoft about any problems. Location, you can turn them on and off. Your camera. These are all the things that what apps can share and what they cannot share. Like your account information, your contacts, radios. This is anything that you're allowing the different apps to share on the computer. Here you have Windows Update. You have Windows Defender, which is the built-in kind of like an antivirus software in the computer. Backup. This is if you want to back up your files and things. Your recovery. Now this is where you can come into if you decide that you don't want Windows 7 or if you don't want Windows 10. You will come to this screen and you can choose. If you want to reset this PC, then you can get started and you can reset the PC. Now, if you're upgrading for Windows 7 or Windows 8.1, you can choose if you want to go back to Windows 7. If you want to go back to Windows 7, you get the option to get started, and it's only available for 1 month. You have 30 days to decide if you want to go back to Windows, your previous version of Windows. Now you also have advanced startup. If you need to restart your computer to put it in safe mode or do some troubleshooting, you can go here. But after you upgrade, you have 30 days to decide if you want to keep Windows 10. If you do not, then click Get Started, and it will begin the process to revert your Windows 10 back to your previous version. This is your activation. This ensues that your computer is genuine. You do have a valid product key. You can change your product key if you want to. If you want to go from Windows 10 to Windows 10 Pro, then you have to change the product key. Now this here you don't have to worry about. This is for developers. And that's all you find in settings. Now keep in mind, if you do the upgrade, you have 30 days to try Windows 10. If you don't like it, then you can go back to your previous operating system. Now on the desktop, you'll notice that the icons do look a little different. The icons are more flat, except for the recycle bin. Recycle bin is the only one that actually shows any depth on it. Or any 3D, as you will. Down here is your search. In order to use it, this is Cortana. You have to be linked to a Microsoft account to use it. This is an example of what you can do. If you click Next, and then this is the information, the privacy statement. You just click Agree. And then this one here, you just tell it what you would like for it to call you. Well, for this, you don't have to answer it. I'm just going to say Mr. Fix-It. Or I'm just going to say Owner, because it's not mine actually. And then choose Next. And then you just follow the prompts. And then here is where you sign into the Microsoft account. Now, if you haven't created one, go ahead and create one. You will have to have the Microsoft account to use Cortana. These are the settings for Cortana. This is what you can do, how it behaves, how you control it. This one here, you can provide feedback about Cortana. And then here you can do the searches. And that's pretty much all you can find. These things is on the web, it searches. Now if you're not sure, you click on here and it shows you what the icons are for. And this is what's being popular now. Now let me show you this, and this is what it all looks like. Now with Microsoft Edge, you have your back arrow, your forward arrow, your refresh. This up here is sometimes difficult to see. This is the address bar or search bar. Over here you have Windows the star. You also have different icons here, which I'll go through in details later on. But this is basically Windows 10. Here's your search bar, your start menu. As you can see, you got your live tiles over here. You got your notification icons over here. This is a new notification action. This is a new action center. It replaced the charge bar, if y'all remember that in 8.1. It replaced it. Here you have your Wi-Fi. You have your, this is a feedback that they want you to provide to let them know what you think of Windows 10. Or if you had any problems with the download or the upgrade. Other notifications like Get Office, which I don't care for it. Other things that you can do. Down here you have other icons. Like virtual private networks, you have tablet mode, your connections, connected devices, locations, things like that. And this is basically Windows 10. If you ask me, it looks a little bit more sleek and a little bit better than what Windows 8 did. Now, you'll also find that using the operating system, for those of you who came from 8.1, you should like this much better. Everything is in one place. It's easier to find things. Where unlike 8.1, you did have some issues. This one here is easier to learn. It's not as difficult. Everything that you need is right where it used to be. It just looks different. Now, for those of you who are coming from Windows 7, there are a lot of changes to Windows 10. If you need a complete list of all the changes, go to my website and go under changes in Windows 10, and that will list you all the changes that's going to take place once you upgrade from Windows 7. Windows 8.1, there were some minor changes, especially the user interface as you see on your screen. That was a primary goal for Microsoft. And I'm hoping, if they follow their trend, that Windows 10 will be a great operating system like XP and Windows 7 became. Well, I'm your host, Mr. Fix-It. If you have any questions about Windows 10, or if you're having difficulty working with Windows 10, just let me know, shoot me a message, and I'll see what I can do to help you out. Well, I'm your host, Mr. Fix-It. This has been a presentation by ES Repair. Thank you for watching.